asthma because of the poor air pollution. So this policy, John, is not about quote-unquote shafting you or anybody else. It's about trying to fix the air in London. And since I announced this policy in February 2017, up until it started on Monday, actually we've seen fewer vehicles coming into central London.
Really? Have you got the numbers? Because it doesn't feel like it. I appreciate this isn't necessarily going to be playing well with my listeners in Stockport, but the roads have felt very busy this morning.
So roughly speaking, since February 2017, we've had about 10,000 fewer vehicles coming into the ULEZ area. We've had 35% fewer non-compliant vehicles. These are vehicles that are the most toxic, but also an increase in compliant vehicles of 55%. And that's led to, by the way, a 20% reduction in NOx and nitrogen oxides. So the air is improving even before ULEZ begins, because people are changing their behaviour.
Because it is the air that we breathe, and you are clearly committed to improving it. But the specifics of John's question are rather more personal.
No, sure. So let me deal with helping businesses, charities and low-income families. So even though we've asked the government for assistance and they've said no, we've introduced a London diesel scrappage scheme. Some of the details, John, you will know and you've referred to in relation to the £23 million for small micro businesses and for charities. We're working currently on a further scheme of scrappage scheme to assist low-income families. And so I'm sorry if you're not eligible for the diesel scrappage scheme. Lots of people have applied for that. We are going to announce very shortly a new scrappage scheme to help low-income families, but the idea is to encourage people to move away from polluting vehicles to either walk, cycle, use public transport.
We know that. John also, I think, cited black cabs being exempt from some of this, and he's driving a mini cab.
Well, yes and no. So if you're a black taxi driver, you have to buy a certain type of vehicle. You're required to do so. Your vehicle's going to be...
Yes, if you're buying a new one.
No, but even the old black taxi drivers had to buy that vehicle, which costs £65,000 or north of. They've got to be accessible to those who are disabled. They've got to take fares. They can't say no to a fare because it's coming to central London. So they're different. What we've done with black taxis, I've been criticised by you and my black taxi drivers for doing so, but say, listen, I'm not going to license any more diesel black taxis. You've got to have an electric taxi if you're going to have a new taxi, and we've given you financial assistance to scrap your diesel taxi, but also I'm consulting on reducing the maximum life expectancy from 15 years down to 12 years. I'd encourage all black taxi drivers to respond to that, but we want to clean up black taxis too. Good news, we now have more than 1,400 electric black taxis, and we also have more than 175 rapid charging points. We are assisting black taxis moving away from the diesel taxis, which are dangerous.
Back to you, John.
Well, you didn't answer the question.
That's
You
what I
still
thought.
haven't said why am I personally, as a self-employed single guy, I'm not a taxi driver or a minicab driver, I deliver stuff
Sorry,
and the gig economy.
yes.
Why am I not entitled to the scrappage scheme? You didn't answer the question. We know the air is dirty. I've got kids too, but I want to know why I'm not allowed to.
Just to clarify, John, as you understand it, if you were running a business with a fleet of 6 vehicles delivering for an internet retail giant, then you think you would be entitled to scrappage, but because you're a sole trader, you're not. Or have I understood that correctly?
That's exactly right. That's exactly
stinks,
right. That's exactly right. You have to have a turn. You have to be registered in company's house. You have to have up to 360,000 in your balance sheet totaling, and so on. I'm reading it in front of me. But as a single guy, I'm getting hit the hardest. He won't help me sell my car, and he's charging me a fortune. Had he rolled it out, say, over 2 years, £3 now, and then up to 6, then up to 12, we could have afforded it. But we're being kneed right where in the stomach and we're having to pay for it, and there's thousands like me, and we're having the smallest guys in the street having to pay for it from a Labour mayor.
Seems to be a little bit counterintuitive that a one-man band doesn't get any help.
Well, no, the monies that London has set aside for the scrappage scheme has a set of criteria, and I'm sorry John's not eligible. We'll carry on lobbying for more money from government to make sure more people are eligible, but where we can...
How did you make the decision? Why did you... Was it a mistake? Did you not realise that people like John were going to be left in?
No, because obviously there's a finite sum of money that we've found from City Hall, £23 million, and that's targeted towards micro businesses, companies employing less than 10 people. It's targeted towards charities. That's the £23 million. We're going to also have a separate scrappage scheme, £25 million, and we'll see the criteria for that. We are trying to help as many people as we can with the limited money we've got. Clearly, if the government was to give us more money towards the scrappage scheme, we could help more people. But in the meantime, we have seen an improvement in the air because of the policy we've introduced, and I don't apologise at all for accelerating my ambition to clean up the air in London sooner rather than later.
Well, what are you going to do with the money that's raised?
It's ring fenced for TFLs. We can't spend it on anything else. The amount of money we're spending to improve the quality of air during the next business plan is roughly speaking £800 million. The amount of money we raise from the ULOs is roughly speaking £350 million. So less than half of the money we spend on fixing the air is coming in from the ULOs. So this is not a cash cow to make City Hall money, but it's an important part of a package of measures to fix the air in London.
John, I know you haven't received the answer that you wanted, but that is the answer that fits the frame of your question, and it falls to me also to point out to everybody, suggesting that the reduction in road traffic that the Mayor referred to might have something to do with the Easter holidays. He did, in fact, trace it back to the beginning of February, when the impact of the imminence of the introduction of ULEZ began to be measured. Next caller.
The next caller is from Finchley. I think it's Paul. Good morning.
Finching Field.
I beg your pardon.
My handwriting.
Finching Field. Good morning, Paul. Apologies,
Good
Paul. I
morning,
moved you. One with one
you
sentence.
moved me from North London to East London. Anyway, good morning, Mr. Mayor.
Good morning, Paul.
I'm a London taxi driver.
Yeah.
And I want to ask how the delicensing on taxis is going and what the take-up rate is for decommissioning them.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. So we announced